que bom, o mais perfeito que o lado bom. Vi você ser roupa, vi esse rufar, tanto como se não houvesse amanhã. Paixão você, choro faz um tempo, desde quando tô pelo apartamento. Tanto como momento, e se você vier, a pessoa está lá assim, muito tempo.
Ah, podes ir ver ao canal Ticos RDM. Podes ir lá ver, estás a ouvir a tua voz, fantástico.
Amor, vai que vem pra mim, amor, sabe que tem, vai te fazer bem. Vem pra mim, amor, vem, vem pra mim, amor, já sabe que tem.
Jesus!
Amor, sabe que tem, vai te fazer bem. Closing out bom tom, sendo Blake, aumenta o som, que a gente brinda até de manhã,
Ai,
noite
eu
perfeita,
vou.
Amsterdã, o seu
Vai para
sabor,
longe.
whisky do
Morre em
bom,
Portugal, que é para Amsterdão, foda-se,
que
chegar longe como o caralho.
bom, rock para
Olha,
mim,
vai lá o meu
perfeito,
canal.
não conheci, não vai essa manhã, tô passando em você, já vou, juro faz o tempo, desde quando foi no meu apartamento,
Ei,
outro
aonde?
lado e outro momento do
Ei, no
momento,
mento.
e se você esquecer.
Não gosto muito de mentos, que é um
Sentimento,
bocado de ouro, podes-me dar chicles.
sentimento, tempo. Não, quer saber uma música?
Oh caralho, a música está-me a dar tudo.
Jaimon Abelha Maia.
Oh, que o Calimeiro foi água na abelha Maia. Beijos, rosto jola saia. Maia, puta do caralho. Foda, foda separar. O Calimeiro foi água na abelha Maia. Game of Thrones.
Tá aqui.
The great Jamie Lannister, Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, brought to his knees by the men of the North.
And set
Só
free
tem que
by
ter
the
uma.
women. You'd think he'd done it himself the way he tells it. Old Forrester's sword won't clean itself, you know. Make sure it's spotless this time. Old Forrester won't be happy with blood and brains all over it. Go on, it's only blood.
Carrega no X, pá.
Já carreguei, Rolf, da
Ah,
puta.
it's a proper sword.
I'll have one like it myself someday.
You? You'll never have a sword like
É
that.
agora esse jogo.
I say that as a friend.
Não sei, se queres que eu diga, não
And
sei.
if we're being honest, you are just a squire. Why not? You don't give swords like that to pig farmers.
I had a hand in it, you know. Hand in what? Capturing him.
He was nowhere near the Kingslayer at the Whispering Wood. He was so drunk he barely made it out of his tent.
Let him finish.
Oh, he'll talk all night if you let him.
You captured the Kingslayer. Ah. Well, I had a hand in it. Aye. Hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See? What did I tell you?
Brought him to his knees.
Old Forrester.
But not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
I'm questioning Norrin's stuff. Stuff's more far-fetched every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on. It's your job.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Garrett. I'll do it. Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries. His honor is beyond reproach. House Tully is forever in his debt. They've never seen a meal plowed so well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield. Fetch your cook. Tonight we celebrate. To Robb Stark, the King in the North! The King in the North! march on Casterly Rock, and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the Young Wolf's army and ride as the vanguard.
The gods have favored us. Onwards to Casterly Rock! Aye! Death to the Lannisters! Aye!
Iron from ice!
Got it.
Yes, my lord?
I need you to keep an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become. On a night like this, men find false courage at the bottom of their cups. I'd rather he were here.
Yes, my lord.
There's also the question, what's to be done with you? It's been on my mind for a while now.
What do you mean?
You've served House Forrester well for several years now, but I can't expect you to squire forever. How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you?
I seek nothing, my lord. Serving a noble house such as yours is reward enough.
You're far too modest, Garrett.
Whatever you believe is best, my lord.
There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. But you've erased those doubts entirely. It would be an honor to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow. Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved, Gareth. Your hard work has paid off.
Thank you, my lord. I promise. I won't let you down.
That I don't doubt. But for now, keep this between us. We're celebrating tonight. I wouldn't want the other squires to feel discouraged.
Yes, my lord.
Now go, and find Roderick if you can.
I will, my lord. Thank you.
Squire! Fetch us more wine!
Can you give me a hand? Come on, make it up to you. Yeah, I have been a squire longer than you, so I outrank you. You should help me. Much more wine, scrub my armor, my boots. Just my luck to end up with Norin one use of the law. Let him fetch his own wine if he wants. He's a drunk, liar, and an arrogant prick.
It's your job to do the work and stop complaining.
You try squiring for Norin and see how much you like it. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectations. If I'd grown up covered in pig shit, shoveling slop, well, maybe I'd think saddling his horse was the greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms. I suppose this beats pig farming. But not by much.
Don't get angry with me. We're no different, you and I.
Aye, but I'm not the son of a pig farmer. My father had dignity. All I'm saying is, at this rate we'll never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low. For all I know, we could be squires for life.
Não sei, tens que ver.
What a waste of fucking time.
I'm sick of listening to your whine. With that attitude, you'll never be more than this.
Não, não comprei. Game of Thrones.
If my uncle were Castle, then I'd feel different.
Who my uncle is has nothing to do with it. How much further?
PlayStation Pro
It's
tem
right over
muito
there.
tinha um Batman. Tinha um Batman, não sabia.
Take your time. You lot have drunk your share. Good thing Lord Walder's in a generous mood. Fucking phrase. Nice night for a wedding.
Ah, eu sou subscrita do teu canal, é?
Not often he finds a willing husband for one of his daughters.
Don't expect me to carry it for you, Sir Garrett.
E não está
What's
assim,
wrong?
tem Sujo, Conan, Exilis e outros, não tem. Caga nisso.
Vais free to
What's
play.
gotten into you? You're acting rather odd.
We have enough wine.
Take the fucking flagon already.
What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Bowen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush.
É o apito final contra o Paris Saint-Germain. Porquê que eu estou para a rir, tio?
Good luck.
Tem o Bullborn e este.
Ready, boys! Whoa! Shoot that one! What?
É. Meti água aqui. Foda-se.
Ready, boys! Whoa! Shoot that one! What?
Caralho. Oh. Bem, estou a perceber esta merda.
Ready, boys! Whoa! Shoot that one! What?
Ai o caralho. Again.
Ready, boys! Whoa! Shoot that one! Look out!
Ai o caralho. Vai morrer para 14 vezes neste jogo. Estou a correr.
got it.
The Freys. They slaughtered him, my lord.
Where's my squire? You didn't leave him, did you? What happened to him?
I didn't leave him. But I couldn't save him.
Find a weapon, quickly! You fucking traitor! Go, my lord, while there's still time!
Oh, Shirley, ganha, deixa-me na cozinha.
Seven hells.
Well, now what do we do?
If we run,
Ela vai campear lá, João.
If we stay, they'll slaughter us like the others.
guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no time to waste. I'll be damned if I let it fall into the hands of those traitors. You have to go.
You're welcome to the fucking Torch.
I will do as you command, my lord.
You have served me well. I know I can count on you.
Quem vive
Tell your uncle. Tell him the North Grove must never be lost. Tell no one but him. Do you understand? You must swear. Tell only your Uncle Duncan. The future of the house may depend on it.
I swear that I will, my lord.
Hey, it's those foresters.
On your honor, you must do this for your house. Go!
Kill those fucking foresters!
With love, the Frey.
Oi?
hoje uma treino.
Não foi, foi.
Zeca questionância. Zeca extensionância e taxista. Chefe de que atuou, né? Como é que é? Tem duas aquisições.
Rochas Negras.
Levou molho ele. Da Sandrinha, uma porrada do Dorezo Tix. Sniper.
O Drazo joga muito.
Que coisa tão linda.
Falar com quem?
E eu todo o coisa. O daquele estacionado. Mais para não ver que os meus amigos podem imaginar. aqui tombada da direita, tá? Também estou a fazer direito.
Quem é que está a fazer direto?
Eu.
E quem mais?
Ou eu.
Vais a direto, que eu também estou a fazer direto, ou que estás a
That's
direto?
Father's car.
Olha, o Douroso matou 15 vezes o Sandro e só me foi matou uma vez.
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles
Tombada
for
da
this.
direita, ou tá? Estou a fazer.
But at least he'll have his
Ah, não lembrei.
Move along, boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father,
I said move
Não vou
on.
deixar falta uma hora e
Unless you
meia.
want to get fed them fucking pigs.
I'm going to kill you.
Is that so? You can try if you like, and then we'll feed you to the pigs.
Get off my land!
This is Bolton land now, boy. Lord Bolton is the new Warden of the North. I reckon he'd like a proper lordly sword like that.
No.
Ó, como foi? Yes!
I'll have that sword, boy.
Come get it, you bastard.
Finish this fucking pig farmer. Pathetic. You really are a pig farmer, aren't you?
Passa, puta!
Mercy! Please! I beg of you! I have a family! They'll never survive without me! I have no quarrel with you! No, please!
Lord Whitefield will see you hang for this. That much I promise.
Father?
Garrett, you survived. Your sister. Oh, she hid it.
Ei, sabes porquê que há trampolins no Polo Norte?
I tried to stop them.
Já soube, agora não me recordo.
É para o urso polar. Quando eu vejo uma melhor, eu digo:
I'll kill the men who did this.
Eu estou a vir a moer.
Agora a tua tia, está bem? Esta não é da tia. Moi. Esta não é da tia. Sério?
It's Garrett! Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Olha, tu
Ah,
sabes o que é que tem cinta tinta vermelha e azul?
hã?
Sabes o que é? E sabes o que cheira? Não,
I was too late.
eu não vou dar a tua.
They were already dead.
Aí,
Bring the maester. Meet us in the Great Hall. Quickly.
sabes o que é? Que tem cheiro a tinta vermelha, mas é azul.
2 Whitehill soldiers?
É a tinta azul.
Sasha Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Maester.
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg. Your justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
I'd do it again if I had the chance.
If we don't respond with strength, they won't stop until they have everything. These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you? These are dark days, I fear. To lose the Lord of the House and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Our house will never fall.
By the gods, let's hope you're right. The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now, although he is young and altogether unprepared to lead. Right. This might hurt a bit. Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick. Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself.
He gave me a message to deliver.
A message? About what? What did he tell you?
Get my uncle. I was told only to tell him.
Your uncle? I see. Must be rather important then. Lady Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg. Go on. Don't stop now. It's better to let the blood circulate.
Olha aqui. Tinha um amigo maneta. Acho que é que ele recebeu no Natal.
Uma luvas. Não, ainda não sabe que está a abrir o presente.
This might help.
Rather cute little creatures, aren't they?
I guess.
Does your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Why do the Whitehills hate the Forresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someones, and then, well, here we are.
The White Hills want Forrester Ironwood?
They'd take it all if we'd let them, especially now with the Boltons in power, and proceed to clear-cut every last inch of it until there's nothing left, just as they've done before.
Who is the new Lord of House Forrester?
White Ethan, of course. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forrester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands. Which is rather frightening when you think about it.
Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened. Is it true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on. Garrett was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know. Whatever you can recall.
He loved his family, my lady. He was very proud of Roderick.
Yet he was unable to save him.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion, but if you can remember anything...
I'm sorry, my lady. Nothing could be done to save him.
He was House Forrester's best.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed? If you can remember. It would mean so much to the family.
He mentioned something about the North Grove.
The North Grove? What of it?
He said, the North Grove must never be lost.
The North Grove. Interesting.
I see. You have the Forrester's sword.
Ethan should have it, now that he is Lord.
Lord Forrester asked me to return it to the house. He said this is where it belongs. With his family.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response. It's too dangerous, especially now. Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Duncan, this was our land. They were our people. Your family. I share your outrage, Sir Royland. I do. But now is not the time to provoke the White Hills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution.
They killed my family.
And they'll pay for what they've done. That much, I promise. But now is not the time for vengeance.
Not now. When?
We have to be smart. Ramsay Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
They deserve to die. All of them. I say we fight.
Listen to your nephew. He speaks sense.
With what army? Our best men were killed at the Twins, along with our lord.
Then what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. They'll accuse you of murder. and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I've done nothing wrong.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take, which is why you cannot stay.
Cannot stay? Duncan, the boy has suffered enough.
But where would I go?
The one place beyond the reach of even House Bolton.
You're sending him to the war. The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution. Especially now, when the house is so vulnerable.
I'll do what's best for the house. So I'll go. I'm not afraid.
I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
That settles it then.
You can have my horse, and I'll see you have plenty of food. But we haven't much time. The White Hills will come looking for you. Were it up to me, I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given a chance. I would. And God's willing, someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first. Lord Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war. His own great-uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
I'll do what's best.
Which often isn't what's easiest, but necessary nonetheless.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
What?
Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry, you caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word. You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important, Garrett. I need to know the truth.
I told Lady Forrester, and Maester Ortengryn overheard.
I appreciate your honesty. But Lord Forrester's message was not meant for their ears. I'll speak with Lady Forrester, and I'll deal with the Maester. He's the last person I would trust with this information. Which is why, from this day forward, this must be our secret. Soon, I may need your help. But I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help. I am from ice.
I am from ice.
Remember, you represent House Forrester. Your actions at the wall will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll serve with honor.
I know you will.
Garrett, wait! Be safe.
couldn't find him. Could you?
He hides too well, and if he was smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I'm here. It's okay. Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
I'll have him punished for saying that.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know, but I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I promise I won't change.
Good, because I'd rather have a brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
Since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once. But Ethan will be a good lord. A proper lord.
You have to understand, being lord is a great responsibility. I can't just fool around.
Thank you for that, Roderick.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
If I were Lord, I would command Ethan to stay, with his family.
I might remind you, Sir Royland, I'm the new Lord of House Forrester, not you.
Of course, my lord.
It's okay. You should go. It's what must be done.
Fine, let's be done with it.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there you said you were the Lord. Now prove it.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
Tell him to go away.
I'll throw him out the gate myself if you'd like.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss.
Thank you, Lord Whitehill.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
My father died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oath-breakers.
Aye! And look where that got him. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Calm yourself, old man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk to a lord? You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the North now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished! Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. There's no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
That's not how it happened.
And you admit it was your man who killed my men? And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the Lord of this house.
Your men attacked and drew first blood. They murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. Soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
We haven't seen him. He was never here.
You little liar. I will find him. By the gods, you better hope I do, because if I don't, I'm holding you responsible. And you'll answer for what he's done. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
I've heard enough, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own, that the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
You're a craven, Lord Whitehill.
I was wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once. Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Ethan made this for me. Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know
bocadinho, já vim para a casa de banho.
the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Porto Prata na área. Oh, opa.
Olha.
Alô, alô, 1, 2,
Olha.
som, 1, 2.
Ouve.
Dime.
Ouve antes de jogares, ouve. A recepcionista de uma clínica psiquiátrica entra na sala do médico e diz: Doutor, está uma mulher lá fora a dizer que é invisível. E o doutor responde: diga-lhe que agora não posso vê-la.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Foda-se. Este gajo não aparece ninguém, está tudo a surdo.
Não.
O que apanhei?
Aqui, às 5 horas da manhã e ninguém vem. Até que moar.
O Sacana está a jogar também Game of Thrones.
Depois não há treino.
Ah,
não, já treino.
que horas são?
00:10.
Ah, ainda é cedo. Ainda não é muito cedo, não é? Já não é muito cedo. Daqui a bocado estão aí todos.
O professor parou o aluno. Menina, eu vou, tu vais, ele vai à praia.
Wonders
Depois,
made by man.
verão com certeza,
Lomas
senhor professor.
A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday. King's
Chega
Landing.
a antiga.
I
Os
wonder if it's
antigos
sunny at
estavam
Ironrath
lá
today.
quando chega a Joaninha e pergunta: Joaninha, posso chupar um bocadinho? Está bem, chupa enquanto eu como lá.
Hã?
Espera aí. Eita. O Julinho está a chupar um gelado. Quando chega a Joaninha e pergunta:
It troubles me to even
Joaninha,
ask
posso
this
chupar um
of you,
bocadinho?
but you
Está
must
bem, chupa
appeal to
enquanto eu
Lady
como
Marjorie
gelado.
to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Se eu te fosse ler as anedotas todas. Olha aí, qual é o nome
One
do
moment.
peixe que caiu do 10º andar?
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Sabe ou não?
No, it's
O quê?
fine. Come in.
O nome do peixe que caiu do 10º andar.
Não, pera.
Tum. Deve ser difícil essa pessoa de natação. Tu ensinas e eu vou nada.
If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
Olha, ó tio, para
I'm
acabar.
fine. Thank you.
Of course,
Oh,
milady.
estás a ouvir?
Diz.
Hello,
Não estou a perceber. Não estou a perceber.
Of course, milady.
Nice try, okay.
Very good tonight, be alone, ship, coisa.
Work for Lady Marjorie?
Só quer jogar Game of Thrones.
I may be wrong. But
Oh.
it seems like you
Mas
do.
isto não tem nada a ver com a história verdadeira. Tu nunca viste a série, pois não?
Não.
It's widely known that I
Então-
work for Lady Marjorie.
Não está-se bem. Em que parte é que vais?
Estou na rapariga que está lá no Reino dos Mares. Isso é o que esta merda. No Porto Real.
Outside the
Porto
royal
Real.
sessions, talking to Queen Cersei.
Está a falar
Algumas
comigo.
personagens daí existem na série mesmo.
Yeah.
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a
E que é?
cold war
Vamos dar
down in King's
fazer
Landing
isso
with so many lords and
ou não? Ai,
ladies.
ninguém?
You see and hear all sorts
O
of
Fabinho entrou online, eu convidei e ficou offline.
Fui eu que entrei.
Aí foste tu. Em que parte é que vais? No Game of Thrones?
Já estou outra vez na gaja em Portugal.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
My family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome with grief. But you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north, whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept.
Oh, isso aí.
She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us. You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
You can do this.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
They are noble, not traitors, Your Grace.
Noble? Perhaps once. For a northern house. But now they're merely dead. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Our talent is unrivaled, Your Grace. Forrester Ironwood is highly sought after in the Seven Kingdoms.
So I'm told. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe of the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let
would...
the girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport.
Chi è?
Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton.
Dai, caralho.
We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei, she will not soon forget what you said. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I wasn't trying to please her.
I think that was clear to everyone. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Com aquela cheia de merda. Levavam bem.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper.
Acabou pra mim.
I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite
Já acabou o episódio.
and quite passionate.
Ainda não.
From what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie can
Ok,
make the right
qual é
introductions. Who knows? We might meet
Fórmula
our
1
future
do quê?
husbands.
O 17.
Marrying a king.
Acho que é o 17.
Only imagine what that would be
Não
like.
tens o 16?
Não.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I don't want to be queen, no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You northerners. You'd make a perfect scepter. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as queen of the 7 kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well? Sarah?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over.
Qual é o Rainbow Six? Siege
King's
qualquer
Landing
coisa.
can be exhausting sometimes.
Todo podre.
There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over.
É estilo um Call of Duty, mas dentro de uma casa, tipo, tu és terrorista, ou és polícia, e tens que entrar em casa ou defender uma merda. Uma merda assim, estás a ver?
Ah, então era assim que eu estava a ver
Do
agora.
you agree?
Oh. Tens esse jogo aqui?
Tem.
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very...
Não, Tom Clancy não tem, tem o Rainbow Six.
É o Tom Clancy Rainbow Six.
É, Six, Sage, coisa. Deixa eu ver, deixa eu lá sacar essa merda. Deixa eu contar para o mar. O que é que é?
Vou aqui um videozinho então, só para ver como é que é isto.
Dá-me aí uma caixa.
Eu não sei onde é que está o meu Rainbow Six. Alô, Rainbow Six, 3, 2, 1.
Já foi para aí há 2 ou 3 anos. Ah, se calhar. Talvez. Já foi um novo.
Oh. Mas isso não tem nada a ver com este.
Mas não é o Rainbow Six.
Tu falou do Ghost Recon, se calhar. Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon. Ah, Rainbow Six. Aqui, é isto.
Ah, nossa.
Uma caixa de quê?
What?
Ele está a falar do Ghost Recon, se calhar. Já está quente essa merda, não já? Baixando.
Ah, parece que tá fixe. Qual é o tamanho desse, é fixe?
Vou ver, peraí que já te digo.
Que é para eu ver se precisa pagar alguma coisa. Se calhar preciso.
Tem qualquer coisa com. Tenho que esperar ainda, peraí. Está a preparar para baixar ainda. Até já. Onde é que está?